Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahushua,
Rakta Yahushua,
Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahushua,
Rakta Yahushua,
Ba'ashem, Rakah,
Rakah,
Dash,
Dash.
double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson is going to be entitled The Untold Rapes on GADITE Reservations. And this article is actually coming from Press TV.
It's PressTV.com. It says nearly all Native American women living in Seattle raped or coerced into sex. U.S. survey. This was published on August 29, 2018. The study findings show that 94% of Native American women living in the U.S. city of Seattle have been raped or coerced into sex. Almost all women among the King County Native population of Seattle have experienced sexual assault, according to a recent report by the Urban Indian Health Institute and the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, which have decided to finally publish a shocking 2010 study after declining to do so for many years.
Right, because they don't want the public to know. All right, this has been transpiring for years, man. Our women are being raped. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Nahum 3 and 5. Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
And America is being discovered, all right? Because America is that city that was built on blood, the blood of the nation of Israel, man. All right, and it's still going on today, but it's hidden, it's cryptic, all right? But through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shah, he's bringing this man rulership to an end, and that's why you have these shocking articles. But through the spirit, it's not shocking to us because we understand how Esau gets down. We have his spiritual profile, man.
And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness.
Right, and this is how he's doing it, via the prophets, men of the Lord, which is actually classified as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's mouth, as well as these whistleblowers.
Yep, that's why the apostle elders been saying it for years about these Roman Catholic priests, man. All the pedophilia shit coming up on them now. You know, all the things coming to the light, like the scriptures say. And it says, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
And it all starts with Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shah placing the spirit on his men, man. All right, that's how America's leg is being bare.
Good. I get back to the article. It says, which have decided to finally publish a shocking 2010 study after declining to do so for many years. The harrowing accounts were taken from 148 Native American women surveyed in the urban setting of Seattle. Other findings of the report are almost as shocking. 68% of women have experienced street harassment.
68% out of 148. Go ahead.
53% of women were homeless. 82% of women were raped before reaching 18 years.
82% of our women are raped, all right, before making it to 18 years of age. So on top of that, our women are being sexually harassed, they're homeless, all right, and they're also being raped. Go ahead.
Only 20% of women have reported their cases to the police.
Meaning there's even more. These are the 20% that we know of. Go ahead.
The 2010 study was accidentally rediscovered by Urban Indian Health Institute Director Abigail Echohawk in 2016, but was only published recently. According to Echohawk, the study had not been published based on fears of portraying a negative image of the Native community. Having survived rape herself,
Hold on, read that again.
it says, according to Echohawk, the study had not been published based on fears of portraying a negative image of the Native community. Having survived rape herself, Echohawk pushed for the study to be publicized.
Right, because she's trying to get these documents out to let you know what's actually been transpired on these reservations, man. All right, and then it stated that she has been raped herself. She's part of that 82% that we do know. Go ahead.
Among various reasons cited in the report for the phenomenon are the historical trauma of colonialism.
Right, and how was America, or the Americas, well, actually the United States of America colonized? Through Great Britain, man. Because if you go to an old GADITE map, hey, they control all of the United States up until Canada, man. All right, go ahead.
The report defines this as cumulative emotional and psychological injury over lifespan and across generations.
Meaning they're suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. All right, and then they're also caught up in an issue of knowing that this is their land, and look how Esau just stripped them from it. Go ahead.
Emanating from massive group trauma and a history of genocide, making reference to the history of disintegration of the Native American community in the face of colonial domination. A similar 2016 study done by the U.S. Department of Justice also found flawed tribal court structure, little local law enforcement, and the lack of funding as reason for high sexual abuse against Native American women.
All right, so they're destitute. They need to be redeemed as well. And that's why we say that the Native American Indians are the Gadites according to biblical prophecies. They link up with the scriptures as well, man. No other nation has actually went through the curses such as the nation of Israel, from the northern and the southern kingdoms completely. All right? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28:15, which shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And that's what happened. We broke the law, statutes, and the commandments, and basically we got kicked out of our land. All right, and these curses, beginning with Deuteronomy 28:15, starting at the 16th verse, came upon us, man.
Verse 30, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
And that's what's going on, you know. And according to this article, 82% of our women are raped before the age of 18.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 49,
19.
verse 19. Says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
Yeah, and Gad, which means God, God in the Hebrew means troop as well, man. And what was the troop that overcame Gad? All right, the United States cavalry. All right, they took their land. Go ahead.
So that he started Indian Removal Act.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
1830, around that time frame.
Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Right, and Lord willing, that's going to happen, you know. But at this time frame, Gad has been overcame. All right, and how do you know? Hence America, hence Mexico, hence Canada, so on and so forth. All right, there's no peace for the Gadites here. Why? Because the curses fall upon them.
And when you look at the conditions of the people of God, quote unquote, the Israelites, the so-called Negro, the Latino, the Hispanic, and the Native American Indian man, where are they located primarily? And whatever reason of where they are, they're always in the slums and the ghettos, man.
Destitute.
They're destitute and left with nothing, by whom? By their oppressor.
That's right.
Because the majority of our people were brought over here by our oppressor, by our captain. And then once we released and had our own homes, our own dwellings, so to speak, they were always placed in the undesired locations of the city or the country, of the nation, right? And it's the same thing that's happening to this very day. But at the end of the day, not returning back unto the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and acknowledging that, acknowledging your offense, acknowledging your current situation and circumstance, you'll never get out of it. You know, and because the Lord is coming back with salvation, you know, as wings are swooping down to get his people. But it's only for his elect. And because even upon those reservations, you're gonna have people that are redeemed from those, man. And because those are still our brothers and our sisters, you know. And it's a deplorable situation to hear about, read about, to know about, you know. And also further proves that we don't go out raping people, you know.
That's right.
But that's a topic for another day. It's not even a topic for another day because we don't have to defend that because it's not true, you know. At this particular moment in time, we don't have to defend that. And because what's happening to our people is due to the curses right now.
That's right. Isaiah 42 and 22.
Revelation 7:2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the service of our power in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
So all 12 tribes is going to, out of all 12 tribes, you're going to have a government body, okay? And it's going to consist of 144,000 men. Go ahead.
Verse 5, of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000.
So-called Native American men, 144,000 Gadites will be sealed, all right? Because they have to fulfill prophecy, because 144,000 Gadites will be part of the government body in the kingdom of Yahweh. 12,000. 12,000 out of each tribe, and that's going to make 144,000. So 12,000 Gadites will be sealed with his knowledge, man. All right?
The book of Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Yeah, those Gadites are part of our people, man. They consist of a tribe of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
They are all of them snared in holes.
Robbed and spoiled, snared in holes, and you can liken that hole into what's the main hole? Hey, wherever our people are at is a prison house. But this hole will refer to the Gadites of the reservations. All right? They're being snared there. All right? They're being spoiled there, as well as their men. That's why they're alcoholics. All right? Understanding the bullshit they've been through, man. Because their culture that they know, you know, they don't. Some of, well, most of them at this time frame don't understand that they're Israelites. However, their forefathers, which are such as grandfathers and so on and so forth, they have instilled into them of how the white man gets down, how the Edomites have taken their land, how they have destroyed their people, and then put them on places called reservations.
And they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore.
Right, and one of the reasons why the Gadites came here is for a better way of life. All right, to worship Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai. All right, to fear Him by doing what they're supposed to do according to the laws, statutes, and the commandments. To prove that, get 2nd Ezra 13:4.
Amos chapter 7, verse 17. Therefore thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. All right. The scripture says that the wife shall be a harlot in the city, you know, a prostitute, a whore. And that's the condition of the tribes. You know, they're self-proclaimed thoughts. They're involuntarily taken, different things of that nature, and they're left with nothing. You know. And then continuing on, it says, "And thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword." And because even this article here, it doesn't specify, but from as you read it, it sounds like that it's the fellow so-called Indians on that reservation that's going out and wilding out like a nigga in the street. You know, time after year after year, year after year, these are the things that are happening and are undocumented or not presented because it sheds a negative light upon the reservation because these are the things that are going on inside. But that light needs to shine forth because those conditions and circumstances that you're in were placed upon you by the so-called white man. Like who's going into that post-traumatic stress disorder. That's happened to our people because they've been traumatized and overcame. And they can't find no outlet, they can't find no way out, and then they're caged up. And because they're reservation citizens. They're not really just average normal citizens of the United States. They're deemed Native American Indians, man. You know? And that comes along with a whole nother a basket of apples, so to speak. That was the point.
All right, this 2nd Ezra 13:40. Those are the 10 tribes which will carry away prisoners out of their own.
The Gadites is a part of those 10 tribes, so-called Native American Indians.
And those are the 10 tribes which will carry away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the
Land
king.
of Israel, man. Okay, during Hosea, the king of Assyria. Go ahead.
Whom Salmanasar the king of Syria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Right. So the 10 tribes basically was taken out of the land by the Assyrian king, who what's his name? Salmanasar. Okay, and I want to say it was Salmanasar the fifth. Go ahead, bro.
But they took this counsel among themselves that they would lead a multitude of the heathen.
So these tribes, the northern kingdom, had a council so they could leave this landmass. And let's see why. Go ahead.
And go forth into a further country whether never mankind dwelt.
Which will be entitled Azareth, another land which is going into the Americas, North, South, Central America. Go ahead.
That they might there keep their statutes.
And that was the whole point of them leaving Assyria, man. So they could come here and actually worship Yahweh Hashem Shai in truth and in sincerity, man. All right?
Which they never kept in their own land.
They never kept in their own land because why? They were going off. All right? Because of idolatry worship. All right? So they came to America basically to have a better life. Because if you worship Yahweh Hashem Shai in truth, all right, you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, He's going to bless you. However, when they got here, when our brethren got here, it's been a so-called nightmare, man. All right, our people are destroyed, they're destitute, and they're spiritually lacking. All right. Yeah, you can get
Deuteronomy 33 and 20. And of Gad, he said, blessed be he that enlarged Gad.
Right. So the Most High enlarged Gad. And how did he enlarge Gad? Before it was taken down by the United States Cavalry, they controlled all of America, man, up into Canada. All right. That's the way that the Gadites were enlarged. But whatever. But what happened? All right. According to Genesis the 49th chapter in the 19th verse, that truth overcame them. Go ahead.
He dwelleth as a lion and teareth the arm with the crown of the head.
Okay. The Lord willing, you were edified. More shameful spewing on America, you know, and basically the Gadites are actually receiving the curses such as us, man. They are part of the 12 tribes of Israel, and the Gadites today will be the so-called North American Indians, man. All right, so Lord willing, you edify. All praises to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rakakodash.
The double honors to the apostles, the elders, and salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.